box for that one.
Can you film that? Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to the second of my test tuition days. Welcome to Oulton Park. Last night I drove the new Ford Focus up here, stayed with my brother overnight. We have just arrived, it's still quite early. I have signed on as a driver and the car is already in the garage. We just need to give it a bit of a clean up, and I reckon today I'm going to really be pushed by Mark. I think today's going to be very challenging, but I cannot wait to experience the Oulton Park circuit.
Okay, let's do that.
Aerodynamics. Okay guys, welcome to Oulton Park. Session 1. Kind of familiarisation and see if I've forgotten anything.
See if you remembered anything.
That's the one.
That's
Be
more
positive, yeah.
Major, mate. Not really you're driving superb. You have picked up straight away from where we finished at Donnington,
yeah.
So you know, straight back into race car driver, which is superb. I mean, obviously we've got stuff we can work on, but you know, really pleased with the start. I thought I'd take the opportunity while we're out there in traffic just to come on to something slightly different.
Yeah.
You're quite reactionary to the other cars.
Yeah.
And it happened a couple of times at Donnington as well,
yeah.
where you're catching other cars mid-corner,
yeah.
and you're lifting mid-corner or braking, or
yeah.
you're really up their chuff in the braking zone and
yeah.
reacting to them.
Yeah.
When we're catching up with another car, you can see the closing difference in speed,
yeah. Yeah.
so you can judge that car.
Yeah.
Right? And if you judge that car, you can make sure that rather than being right behind him all the way around the corner, you can
yeah.
drop back, take a run through the corner,
yeah.
and then pass him on the exit.
Right, okay.
Rather than have him make you lift mid-corner, which puts you at risk.
Yes, okay. I
Okay?
get you. Yeah.
You're not, what you're doing out there at the minute isn't a danger to you or me or anybody else.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. But what we can take from it is that in a race, you will be in a similar situation.
Yeah.
Where if you're faster than somebody else and you're right up his bumper,
yeah.
what he will always do is back you up in the corner,
yeah.
and he will always be able to pick the throttle up before you because he's ahead of you on the track.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Whereas if you use the judgment, if you practice that judgment today,
yeah.
you can practice just giving yourself that slight gap and getting a drop on it.
Yeah.
Because you're all in the same cars.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, you can't look at the advantage of your car and where you can out-accelerate someone. You're all in the same car.
Yeah.
You've got to outthink the person ahead of you.
Yeah.
So just practice that while you're in the traffic.
Yeah, no, brilliant.
Okay. Okay, we're going to need the box for that one.
Bollocks, just touch the grass on the outside.
Yeah, it's easy done. Would you like to tell good people on the internet what you've been doing?
So we've had our first session, and I lost the car and span it at quite high speed.
That wasn't high speed. That wasn't high speed.
It felt like it to me. Just coming into the kind of what's the corner called? The lodge. Yeah. And there's a, you come round the apex and there's a crest, and the exit's beyond the crest, and I had an R500 Caterham in front of me.
Yeah, go on, tell them about the Caterham. Go on.
Yeah, it was lovely and orange, and he unsighted me, and it's my fault, and I went off because I just started to try and drive faster.
Yeah. You've got some learning to do when you're racing driver excuses. Wasn't your fault, the other guy put you off.
It was my fault. Yeah. And what's worse is literally a lap before, Mark said, you're trying to drive the nuts off this car.
Don't
calm down.
He don't believe the excuses.
Yeah, so it's all my fault.
Yeah, I mean, you know, positives from it, you're straight back out there, you're driving like a racing driver, exactly where we left you at Donnington Park. In fact, I would say better. Yeah. You know, that's soaked in. Yeah. So I'm really pleased that you've gone away, you've done a bit of homework, you've really thought about what we went through. That's superb. Just giving you a few laps to yourself just to settle in and stretch your legs a little bit and see where you're going. And the classic thing starts to happen, you know, you start to try harder and harder and harder, rather than going to rule number one, golden rule. What is it?
Speed is a consequence of accuracy.
Yes. Okay. And in actual fact, you started off nice and accurate. You got your markers. You're picking up the points well. Bearing in mind it's a new circuit, you were straight in there. It was really, really good. And then you're like, okay, I've got my markers. What I'm going to do is push it, push it, push it, push it. And what you should be doing is going, okay, let's refine it and refine it and refine it. You're just trying to do more and more. So
I need my ballet slippers on, not my big sledgehammer diving.
And what was bothering me was, you know, I pulled you up on it. I said, look, mate, you know, you're going to keep doing this, and we're going to have a moment. And you're like, yeah, I kind of knew I was doing that. If you knew you were doing it, why hadn't you reined yourself in? You just stop listening to the tyres. You stop listening to the car. You stop thinking about, when am I picking the throttle up? I'm waiting more and more for the throttle, and the car's paunched over and the tyres are squealing, so I can't pick the throttle up. What I'll do next time is I'll try harder. Whereas you should have been going, I'm over
apex more accurately on the throttle of the exit.
So be aware if something's going wrong towards the exit of the corner. It doesn't have to be a scoop full of grass in the radiator and a boatload of opposite lock. It could just be a bit of tyre squeal and a bit of understeer. You need to okay, next lap, let's come back a bit into that corner and let's try something different a little bit sooner on. So, hold your hand out.
I tell you what though, my heart's pumping.
From the mechanic.
I thought that was just going to be an invoice.
John's already really told me off today, like really badly, because I was wearing my driving shoes at the driver's briefing and then walked across the car park in my driving boots. So that is
big no-no.
No-no.
Tell the folks at home. Tell the folks at home. Yeah, I mean, we went out that time and tried to do it properly rather than trying to do it quickly.
Didn't spin.
Didn't spin, which is always a good start. That does help to do it properly. And we've come back in. The tyres are cooler than they were before. They're within their operating window. With 2.5 seconds faster. And now we also have a lot more we can do. Yeah, there are corners now where you still, you know, you're coming out to the corners now and you're half a car width away from the edge of the track. Because you're setting the corner up properly. And so, you know, you're just not using any more track because you don't need it. Well, that means you can go faster, doesn't it?
Okay.
So now again, we've not only have we already got faster and not used the tyres, we've now got spare grip and spare track.
So, mate, my big brother's stolen my big camera, but
Yeah,
what's next? We're on the iPhone. Yeah. So, just
yeah.
at the first session after lunch, I focused like I've never focused in my life before.
Beads of sweat rolling down your forehead.
Yeah.
It was looking good. We've been working on self-awareness.
Yeah.
Being able to judge your own driving, make adjustments as you go along.
Yeah.
Obviously on race day I'm not going to be sat alongside you, so
No.
you know, no good me shouting you around a lap, and you're going to be able to do it yourself. So it's getting time to hand the controls over and send you out flying solo. So yeah, paying particular attention. We're not going to be putting a clock on you. We're not interested in the lap times you can do. We want you to be able to come back in and say things like, I noticed I was gripping the wheel too tight, I've relaxed, my shoulders came down, or, you know, wasn't using all of the road on the exit of such and such a corner, or because you know, just these little pointers and things that you can learn yourself and that you can adapt your driving from.
Yeah.
So you know, paying an awful lot of attention to your own driving. No one's going to be there doing it for you now. Getting ready for race day.
Let's do this.
When you come back in, you need to be able to tell me everything about what you've done.
Yeah.
So, you know, absolute focus and brain on record.
Yeah.
There should be 2 holes burnt in the windscreen from your eyes.
I just want another SD card in my head.
Yeah, there should be a hole burnt in the top of your crash helmet from all the thinking you're doing.
Speed is a consequence of accuracy.
Correct.
And accuracy is what you are going to provide us with.
Okay guys, so this is my first time out on my own. I'm going to basically replicate a qualifying session. I'm going to do 3 laps, slowly building up, getting used to the fact that there's not the weight next to me of a passenger. Then I'm going to push for a lap, back off, think about it, push for another lap, and then come in. Oh, she dances.
Foot off the brake. Bit better with the weight out of the car.
Dances with that weight off.
Yeah. Come on then. I want to hear every bit about every corner.
Okay.
Start me at turn 1.
Turn 1, I only messed up badly once, and that was I was just too late on the brakes. Had a bit of a lock up, got a bit unsettled, but got it round, just missed the apex. the other times it was pretty good.
Okay.
How do
you think you could improve it even though it was good?
That's one of my favourite corners, to be fair.
Okay. Which is good, because earlier on in the day it was one of the worst, wasn't it?
I could probably, if I was braking a bit further to the left of the circuit and to give myself as much room to come across the apex. But I'm getting the apex and I'm running nicely wide.
Okay.
And hitting the curve on the outside. So turn one is okay.
Yeah. But, you know, made big steps in there. Optimal time at 2:08. You know, that's 4 seconds faster than we did 6 laps ago. You know, and obviously on a track day, your optimal time's always been screwed up by the traffic that's out there. So, you know, we never really had a great view.
You could end up 10 seconds.
I'll tell you what, mate, 2:08 is pretty well flying.
Yeah.
If we were in a 300 brake horse, fully prepared car with a race driver, we'd only be doing 2 minutes.
Really? I'll take that.
So that is, you know, that's pretty well whipped up.
Okay, wet running session. Well, there you go, session finished, we're packing up, and it's rained!
It's rained, which is called
look!
Absolutely perfect timing.
We had a session after lunch together, which went pretty good.
Well,
yeah, it was probably as good as I've driven, certainly with you in the car. And then you jumped out and I went solo.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the session after lunch, we were working on brain training effectively, self-awareness, making sure that you were able to judge your own driving to try and improve it.
Yeah.
And then you went out, you applied that, came back in, gave me some great feedback. I mean, everything that I could have asked for, really. Yeah. And then, as if by magic, it rained, the conditions changed, all the grip went away, and you were back to square one. I mean, it was absolutely the perfect test for what you'd learned, everything we've worked on.
Yeah.
And you went out and smashed it. I mean, you know, 2 or 3 pointers, few bits and pieces.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, could not have ended better. So
it's been a good 2 days.
Really happy that you're set up well for Donnington now.
Yeah.
I mean, all you've got to do is get out there, apply everything that we've done in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, you know, kicking around the top 10. You know.
Really? Yeah. We've just got to apply it. I've got to go home, internalise what's happened today, turn up with my game face.
Basically what I'm saying is everything that I've done over the last couple of days has been great. If it doesn't work, it's all on you.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
This guy is awesome. Seriously, mate. Thank you for everything.
That's okay. That's all right. We've still got another couple of sessions.
It's not finished yet. I'm still learning, but it's rained, and I actually really enjoyed driving the car in the rain.
You were great with it. I mean, obviously, naturally a smooth driver. First thing that stood out to me when I got in next to you at Donnington was just how smooth you were, and that's come straight into play in the wet. And then went over a few bits and pieces on how to make a bit more of the grip, how to find some more grip, and then you just ran with that. You know, you were straight into it. That was great.
Wicked.
Well done.
So that is the end of that. We are packing up, and then most importantly, I'm learning at the end of a day's driving, we go to the bar and drink beer. although maybe Shandy because I've got a long drive home. But you guys need to tune in to the next episode, which comes from Donnington Park next Friday, where we've got another test session.
The day before race day.
The day before race day.
The countdown begins.
Huge thanks to John for preparing the car and cleaning all the, see that soil down on the floor down there? That was after one of my spins. So cleaning the car and basically just being a legend. So these two guys, massive thanks. Again, I'll put all the descriptions below, but we will see you at Donington Park next week. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have done so, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. The next of which is my race weekend. First video will be our test session on Friday, where I get the seat out the other side of the car and we do some single running and we just see how quick I am on the circuit I'm actually going to be racing on the next day. Anyway, you take care guys, I'll see you on the next film. Drive safe.